Okay, so this week on our application section, we're going to be working on the counterattacks. So last week, your lesson 1 was all about blitzes moving forwards, and we understand why we do a blitz, how to travel from A to B as quick as possible. We're getting the body over, reaching it. Now you're going to notice, guys, today, the main technique we're going to use for our counterattack, that means someone's doing a shot towards us, and we're going to block and then counter with our own shot, is going to look very similar to the blitz. It's completely the opposite mindset, so the blitz is all about attacking. So that's a person offense, that's coming forwards, okay? This is the defense. So it looks similar, but it's completely the opposite mindset. So the motions are very similar, but instead of me traveling forwards, I'm going to be staying put and holding my ground. So you're going to see a lot about this. So you're going to understand why it works, how it works, and if we understand the process of the attack, it works the same as the defense, but just a different mindset. I'm ready for the attack, bang, instead of taking the attack on myself. Right, so hopefully you're warm and you're ready. You've done the workout from the warm from 1 or warm 2. You've got yourself loose and ready. Let's crack straight into it. So first thing we're going to do, guys, put our feet together. We're going to bow. We're going to jump to our stance. Kia! Okay, right. So the first thing is when the attack comes in. So that person's throwing a jab. This is a great defense against the blitz. If the blitz is the best attack in sparring, this is the best defense for that attack. So when the blitz comes in, they shoot that front arm. We need to get ready with that front arm to block it. So I'm going to show you from the side here. When it comes up, I'm blocking it with my front arm. So this one here. My front arm comes up and I block it. What I want to do with this one, as I raise this arm up and I push their arm above my head, I drop my head down just slightly, just to make sure. That also brings this shoulder underneath so I can shoot my reverse foot counter. So let me show you facing you. Ready? I raise up my front arm. We're going to call this a rising block. So it rises up. As I do this, I drop the head down so I can see underneath. I'm looking gooey, I'm looking underneath. So I go underneath here. As I go underneath, this brings this shoulder forwards. You see that driving forwards? I drive forwards, which is going to also come from the heel and the hip and the knee, so I'll get the reverse punch countering. Now, there's not many variations of this. We're going to practice that a few times, many different angles from me, so you can see different angles before we move on the variations and add in the footwork. So, bow, stance up, kia. Okay, ready, so from here, block up front arm, stage 1. Stage 2, drop the body and twist the heel. Remember, get the heel off, so we've got that spinner going on. We're going to then shoot in the back arm. As we do that, rotate the hips as far as you can. I'm still looking. The hand is here. Remember, that's their arm now being pushed and directed above your head, and you're hitting underneath. So if someone wants to punch this way, you're raising up and you're hitting here. Let's go again. Ready? Raise up, block, drop and shoot. Gradually again. Ready? Raise up, block, drop and shoot. Again, go. Raise a block, drop and shoot. We're going to do that now as one motion. Ready? When I say go, we're just going to go. Ready? Go. That's it. And again, go. Be careful of throwing this arm too high. If it's up here, this is not going to work. It's just too far. I'm going to lose the hand. It's going to fall on my head. Also, likewise, be careful of not throwing it high enough, because then it's going to get hit in the head. Right, ready? Again. Go. We go 3 fast ones. Ready? 3 fast ones. Go. 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 Fantastic. Okay, right. I'm going to turn around. So we do the same. We'll watch on the other side. So, kia. Ready? Go. Go. Can you see I'm twisting my whole body and dropping? And notice how I lower the level to get right down. I'm getting underneath. I want to get underneath their front arm into their body. Again, ready? Arms up. Go. 3 more fast ones. Ready? Go. 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 Fantastic. Okay, shake it loose. Right, the next thing we're going to think about, the front arm. When I throw that front arm up, be careful of doing this. Now that's what I find a lot of people will do. It's not such a bad habit because you're twisting here. It's just when I've done this one, I think I don't need that anymore. I drop it and then punch this one. You absolutely do need this one to stay there. So absolutely. When I shoot it up, you've got to stay there. It's very difficult because my shoulder's rotating. As it rotates, look what happens. The arm goes with it. Now it's not in the right place anymore. So I have to make sure that as I rotate my body, my arm stays, so I pull the arm across further. So we're to practice that. We're going to do it again, guys, but now the focus is, as I go up, I've got my lower levels, I'm dropping well, I'm twisting well, but I'm keeping this arm directly in front. Imagine, so decrease your elbow here, sits on your head. So you like this. Nothing can hit me, nothing can hit me. Okay, ready, so in the guard, and go. Do we keep it there? Good, if you freeze, you can see if you keep it there. I mean, you're obviously not going to freeze when you're doing this in sparring, but it's a good chance to practice right now. Ready, go. 3 more, go. Excellent, twisting again, ready, go. 2 more from the guard, stays up, go. Straight back to the guard. 1 more, go. Excellent. We're going to switch stance. Now I'm going to do it, guys, so I'm not going to switch stance, so I'm going to switch directions, but you're going to see I'm going to start bouncing. Now we learnt this, guys, when we were doing our boxing pad work, ground before we shoot. Now I'm going to do the same thing, I'm going to ground before I shoot, so watch me. Here, bounce, 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 I'm going to drop, pow, back to bounce, bounce, bounce. And notice this guard, in, here. Always elbows in front. Good practice to have is keep the elbows in front the whole time. So I shoot, back to guard. Shoot, back to guard. Not shoot, drop, back to guard. There's a lot of wastage over there. Right, from this way. Here, with me together. Let's do this 5 together. Go. Go. I'll be bouncing. Go. Go. 1 more, team, 1 more. Go. Excellent, well done, team. If you want to go back and practice that first, carry on. What we're going to do now is some variations of that. Variations are we're going to sidestep maybe, or we're going to step back maybe, or we're going to step into it, depending on what's the best for the situation we're in. So if we're fast enough, sometimes, if you see me from side on here, if I can sense the person's going to an attack, it becomes more of a preempted attack. So I see it's going to happen, and I'm just shooting. So it's a little bit like a blitz, right? The blitz is going forward, but this hand no longer is attacking, it's blocking. So instead of me waiting for them to come to me, I can sense they're going to attack. Now this takes years of practice, but if we've got the footwork ready, when our experience comes in, it's going to be shooting. So I'll show you from the side. From here, I lean into it. Pow! Now because I'm leaning in, I let the flow of my body continue to travel forwards, and I go slightly to the side. That's the blind side. If I show you from here, I go 1, lean in, travel to the side. Imagine my opponent is here. I want to be on the line for the shot, and then travel offline, so I go around the body. Let's do a few practice goes together. Ready? And lean in, travel forwards. Now don't worry too much about this footwork here, guys. If that footwork's a bit too difficult for you, just get the lean and just move to the side. You just want to get the habit of going round after. Lean, move round. And the reason why you can see, so I'll show you from this side, the reason why I'm travelling forwards is because my body weight is now over this leg quite heavily. So rather than pulling back and exposing my body, leaving myself wide open, I lean and then I move to a safer area. So that's what we're doing. Again, lean, move to a safer area. Let's do facing this way so you can see it. Lean, move to a safer area. Let's do 4 more here. Block up, bam, move to a safer area. So I'm moving to where the front arm is this way. Block up, shoot, are we keeping this guard up? Move to a safer area. Still recognise my guard staying up the whole time. Shoot, move to a safer area. We'll do 1 more, ready guys? Shoot, I'm leaning over the front foot, move to a safer area. Right, now you can be even more offensive. So even though I sense a defensive move, if you can sense someone's going to attack and you intercept it, that's even better. So I anticipate it coming and I intercept it. Rather than waiting for something to happen and then trying to react after, it's sometimes a bit too slow. So if I sense it coming, again, it takes years to get to that level, but if we have the tools ready, when our reaction starts speeding up, it starts working. So if I'm really confident and I think I can sense it coming, I might even step into that. Step into it. And then forwards. So I'll show you facing here. We can do this together, guys. Watch what I do. I step. But notice I step slightly to the side. What that does is 2 things. Number 1, I bring the shoulder to the center line, where I want to hit. That's a good thing for me to do. Second, I get my head off the centre line where they're trying to hit. So you watch me from the centre here, you're going to notice when I step out, I'm now no longer here. So if the shot is coming to my head here, if I move my body, I'm now offline. Also, my shoulder, it takes this, it's just quite far to go to hit the counter attack. If I move here, I brought it closer. Hopefully that makes sense. I'll show you from the side. Watch the shoulder here, it becomes closer. So it's doing a lot of work for me, so I don't have to put so much into the punch. Let's do it together. Guards up, step the front foot out, shoot. Now notice what I do when I do the shoot, back foot comes up. I don't want the foot left over there because the hips now are being split. Now you might have great flexibility, but we want the body working together, not opposing each other. That foot thinks I want to go that way, if you can see my feet. That foot thinks I want to go that way, that foot thinks I want to go that way. It's all confused. So ready? I'm going to go. Step this way, drop. Then into safe space. Let's do 4 facing together. Ready? Guards up, step this way, drop. And then into safe space. Notice my guard stays up. 3 more. Step this way, drop. It happens all as one. Now remember, guys, I'm being I wouldn't say aggressive. I'm just taking the opportunity because I can see it. I'm taking it. So again, I see the gap. Bang, and I'm in. 2 more together. Go. Bang, and in. Positions. Win position. Go. Bang, and in. So we're going to do it from bouncing. I'm going to turn around. We're going to do it again, but this time we're bouncing. Let's get in position. 3, 2, 1, go. And in. So I'm taking that shot. Bang, 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 go. Straight into position. 2 more. Bang, 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 go. Good work team, guys. Stay good. Bang, 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 go. You're going to notice this back arm is going to start firing out super fast over time. Pow, there it is. And again, I'm going to show you again. Pow, 1 more time from this angle. Pow. Fantastic, okay. So we're going to move on to now, guys. That was you sensing you could jump onto the counter attack. So you anticipated something happening and you intercepted it. Now this one we anticipated, but we realised we haven't got enough space to shoot because, guys, distance is going to equal time. The more distance I have, the more time I have to react. So what I'll do is I'm going to create more distance, but this time I'm going to move backwards. Move backwards, then shoot. Now watch the front foot. I think you'll get the back foot a step, but the front foot has to slide. So again, I'm going to show you here. 1, front foot slides. We're going to do that and then need to drop, and there's that extra motion. Now remember, I said to you, this takes a while to learn. By the time you have it, your brain will be ready for it. So again, I'm going to face this way. You can see the back foot. I create space by pulling my foot backwards. I then slide the front foot up, and then more to drop the body and drop down. Again, with me. Don't worry about the hands. In fact, let the hands have a rest. Go. Have a day off. Have a day off. Let them drop. Ready? All about the feet. Step back, slide up, drop down. Now let's pay attention to this front foot. Step back, slide up onto the ball of the foot so I can power any direction I need to. If it's down, I've not got as much power from there. Think of sprinting in the blocks. You can power, but I'm just going to power backwards instead. So ready? Pay attention to the front foot. Step back, slide back, drop and step, drop and step. You notice that drop and step from the side, you're going to see this better. As I drop and step, shoot the shoulder in. Brings that shoulder forwards. Let's introduce the hands into it. We're ready. So guard stays up. Step back, cover as 1. Roll up, shoot it. Now the hand is just there in case. You might have to time this depending on the speed coming in, but I would rather have it there. A lot of your blocks, you won't believe you've done a great block, it's just the hands in the correct place at the correct time. So I'd rather have it there just in case. Again, let's do 4 together. We're going to go. Step back, cover, roll up, pound. Step back, cover, slide up, drop down. Step back, cover, slide up, drop down. 1 more team. Step back, cover, slide up, drop down. Right, I'm going to face you this time. So, Kia, we're going to bounce. This time I'm doing the bouncing facing you. I sense the attack coming. 3, 2, 1. I step back, cover, roll up, drop down. I'll show you that a little bit faster this time. Go. So you can see a lot of footwork. If we speed up, we can get confused and get tangled up. So we go slowly, ready? And step back, cover, slide up, shoot. And sorry, I forgot the drop down. I went too fast with the punch. See, this hand wants to move too fast sometimes. That's why we get this coordination. Again, step back, cover, slide up, then shoot. So the shoot comes here. I'm too used to doing it fast. So we're going to go slow again for you. 2 more, ready? Step back, cover. Ready? Slide back. Again. Step back, slide up, shoot. Step back, slide up, shoot. Front hand moves. Step back, slide up, shoot. Now let's go for 3 fast ones. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Go, step back. And go, step back. Step back creates a space. Go, step back. So you've got to think, if I show you from the side, by stepping back, it buys me time. I step back, I'll create more time, and then create even more time with this shot. Eventually, I mean, at the moment, it's going to take you so much time to work the footwork out, you think, I'll be quicker just punching. For sure, of course you will. But eventually, when the feet come in, and your feet move this fast, it's just there. So we're going to work on that. The next one, guys, okay? The next one is we're going to do with just random footwork, because we're not going to be still in one place. We're going to move around. We're moving around. We're moving around. When we're sparring, we're always moving around. Now we'll stick to one stance to make it easier. We're going to move around, and when I say go, fire any one of these reverse punch counters out. It's your choice. The easiest one to think about is go, just fire. Go, just fire. We're going to move around different angles. So let's just have some random movement. In fact, you don't even have to look at the camera as long as you can hear me. So when you hear me say, go, just fire that front arm up, back arm in. We're going to do 10 guys. I'll do 5 facing you, 5 facing the other way. But I'm going to be moving randomly. So the first 5 facing you. Kia, bounce around. Random movements. When you're ready. Go. Choose any counter you want. Go. That's 2 down. Go. Go. So I'm mixing it up. Go. Keep those guards up, move it around. Random movements. Go. Go. Okay, facing the way to the same again. 5 more team, bounce, bounce, bounce. Go. Remember, ground in the shot. Ground the body down. 4 more. Go. Which one are you practicing? Go. Go. 2 more. Go. Go. 1 more for good look. Last one, best one, last one, best one. Ready, go. Excellent work. Fantastic team. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there for you today. You can go back and practice that as many times as possible. This is the #1 counter-attack. When people come in attack, their elbows leave their body, meaning they're wide open here. They normally, most people go for the head to start with, which means we protect the head. That's why this is such an impressive and point-scoring move. We see the shot, bam, we counter it. You've got to be there first. Remember, it's called point-stop sparring. It's the first person to score the point. Hope you enjoyed that, guys. Hope you worked well with it. Go back, watch as many times you need to watch it. Let me know how you get on.